Dead Cells is a frenetic, well-balanced, and at times crushingly difficult game. It has been praised as a testament to the power of the independent developer scene, and it even allows you to save and quit, reload mid-run. Developer Motion Twin has spent the past 5 years, 1 being in early access and then 4 so far in post 1.0 release, fine-tuning and adding content. After 23 updates and multiple DLCs, there is a lot to talk about. Here is the review of one of my favorite games of the past generation. I guess that was a bit of a spoiler. You are the prisoner, and you are a head made from a pile of green sludge. You awaken falling down a pipe into the basement of a castle and roll your way over into a body which you possess. While you and your head are immortal, the body you possess is not. This is how each run of Dead Cells begins. As you make your way to the right, you'll pass by any weapons and items you've collected throughout previous runs. You then choose your starter gear, which, like most of the game, is randomly generated, and you're off. Combat is quick. The graphics are a beautiful mix of 2D sprites and 3D models, and the music never grows old, even after listening to it for dozens of hours. Each run will take you through a procedurally generated maze that's full of secrets, a wide variety of enemies, and an even wider array of random loot. You are given 2 weapon slots, 2 tool slots, and a pendant slot. A backpack was added into the game after release, and that allows you to carry an extra weapon with you as well. Along with these are 3 mutation slots. These can be accessed after clearing a stage in the intermission zone. They offer up a wide variety of useful buffs, and along with the rest, help you make what this game and genre are best known for, your build. Also, this game is on Xbox Game Pass after being added in late 2019 and is still on the service at the time of this review. The main draw for the roguelike genre for me is the focus on creating an overpowered build. This is a set of bonuses or weapon types that complement each other so well that you end up becoming an in-game god, capable of easily defeating foes that have easily murdered you dozens of times before. The way you can achieve this with Dead Cells is both varied and excellently balanced. Whether you enjoy using melee range, a focus on shield parrying, or building things entirely around a pair of turrets is a choice that is a bit randomly up to you. To gain these options, though, you will need to find blueprints hidden inside the corpses of your foes throughout each level. You take these back to the collector in the intermission area between levels to permanently unlock the ability to then buy them as a future random possibility with the currency the game is named after, the aforementioned Dead Cells. These are blue orbs that have a chance to drop from any enemy you kill, or can be collected from various, mostly time-based containers you'll find throughout your runs. There is obvious thought put into the balancing act of permanent upgrades versus the run-based random choice. Through the game's current, as of the time of this review, 23 updates, there have been many new items, outfits, and tools added into the game that have helped to keep things fresh for its fast-paced and highly acrobatic combat. The name of this game really is that combat. You are one hell of a gymnast with an unstoppable roll that gives you enough invincibility frames to survive the constant deluge of undead monsters that are coming for that rotting husk of a body that you have. Your 2 weapons are bound to the X and Y buttons respectively. B is for dodging, A for jumping, and the 2 triggers are for your 2 tool slots. Right bumper is your interact button, and left bumper is for your limited use potion slot. All of this works in service of an incredibly responsive movement system that is the star of the game. The game is hard, and you will die often, but rarely will it be because you felt cheated by the controls. Using the excellent D-pad on the Xbox Series or Elite Series 2 controllers has worked beautifully for me, and even after months away from the game, I felt back in sync with it after a few short seconds of coming back. And variety abounds within that 2-slot weapon system. There are daggers, swords, hammers, banjos, guitars, frying pans, bows, crossbows, whips, firebombs, lances, spears, rapiers, gauntlets, boots, staves, axes, and there's a lot of variety. And then adding on top of that, the random bonuses you can get on them is a system of seemingly never-ending possibilities. Learning the rhythm of each weapon as you rush through the maps is exhilarating, and finding the best combo of gears and bonuses is something I doubt I will ever tire of. After your first successful run, just know that things aren't over. Each successful run will allow you to then try a harder version of the game by activating a boss cell. This adds in not only tougher enemies, but things such as less healing refreshes in between stages, or even a get hit 10 times and you die mechanic into things. The DLC also helps flesh out the story more as well, adding in new areas and even a fully new end-of-game boss fight. Graphically, the game is simply stunning, though it can be a bit busy at times. Enemies, for the most part, have excellent visual cues for their attacks, so you can deal with them appropriately. There can be an issue, though, with certain items causing too much chaos, and more than a few times I found myself a bit lost and mashing the dodge button to try and compensate. There are a total of 17 areas in the base game, which is increased by the DLC, which is fairly priced, and 6 different keepers in the game along with the final boss. The keepers are mini-bosses who can be quite difficult at times. Each run will start in the prisoner's quarters, but you can quickly branch off into a few distinct paths. Most of these are locked off until you've found and unlocked the various abilities, such as using vines or running up walls, breaking through specially marked floors, and using teleportation tombs. This all lends a good sense of progression as you travel through the beautiful vistas of this decrepit castle. This could potentially grow a bit tiring if the music and sound effects weren't up to par. Thankfully, they are both fantastic. The soundtrack sets a mood that matches the look and the story perfectly. This is a kingdom that's been destroyed by a plague known as the Malaise, and there's a quiet and sad beauty to most of it, despite the horror that has come to it and its people. A major key to the game is its sense of humor. The writing is routinely funny, both through its own sense of wit and the numerous references to other games. You'll encounter multiple lore rooms, which are there to give you some backstory or something funny to see, and they can be turned off when you're focused entirely on perfecting your runtimes. Overall, the options in this game are numerous, and they allow you to tailor things to best suit exactly how you want to play through the game. In conclusion, Dead Cells is an all-time classic for me. As part of Xbox Game Pass, it is one of the easiest recommendations I've ever made on this channel. It is tough, but it is fair. It finds that perfect balance of teaching you as you fail, and you will find yourself thinking, just one more run, time and time again as the hours pass by. Dead Cells is available on damn near everything. It is on Xbox Game Pass for console and PC, and you should absolutely play it. Thank you so much for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, please tick the little bell so you know whenever we post, which is pretty darned often. And we'll see you here next time on Xbox Era.